world knows, we just don't know. So, hi everybody, welcome back to Dice Soup, brought to you by Once Upon a D20 on patreon.com/Once Upon a D20. So, right where we left off last week, on our adventure into our fourth week, where I happen to have today off of my other game, so we're back. When we last left off, we were burning through the last little bit of a travel montage. Wanted to give everyone the advance notice that something's going to happen, mostly because I rolled dice and the bones said that something was going to happen. Before that happens, before random thing happens, was there anything else anybody else wanted to get out of the way on the 3 days of travel?
Shoot, yeah, we had a dialogue coming.
Yeah,
we had a dialogue coming.
it was specifically Luca had said something to Alec and said like, "Hey, I'll I owe you some explanation." And I was like, "Okay."
So I guess as we gather around for the campfire that night, Luca would go over and sit next to Alec, and he'd gesture around to the rest of the group, just telling you a little story if you're interested.
Well, I mean, you definitely have had my curiosity.
I love stories.
Well, so yeah, that was a euphemism.
Akira's going to look on with interest.
Well, I think it's best that we discuss this as a group anyway, especially Akira and Aradrin. I'm not here by accident. Not even a little bit. See, I belong to a certain organization. We call ourselves the Golden Grin. And we fight against oppression and tyranny in the world. Leaders that mistreat the people, like what you see here in the Dwendalian Empire. Like the fact that we're not allowed to worship whatever religion that we want. That's a thing that the Golden Grin, we don't really like that. We actively try to facilitate their downfall, you might say. Prop up the underdog. Now, the Clasp is the underdog. And I'm here in this area to report back on the situations here. Honestly, that's probably not as bad as it sounds, because, Aradrin, we're on your side. That's why they didn't take the extra time to question me when we were in Hapadook. But it's also one of the reasons that guards were looking for us in Grimgalia. Sorry, I got that backwards. I got that backwards as the player. Hapadook and Grimgalia, reverse that.
Switcheroo.
Yes.
Oh, switch.
Pretend they were the other way.
Yeah.
Reverse it.
Precisely. Push your thing down, flip it.
Wax on.
It
My morning. I mean,
Nobody paid for the reference.
Quick,
Nobody paid for the reference.
wait. I'm on it.
No, don't spend your spices. No.
Thanks for the spices.
Akira is going to look at Aradrin and say, and in Aradrin's mind, so he belongs to the organization that supports our organization?
Airhead back, I'm gonna say, as far as I can tell, yes. I mean, we both saw Eltahine, like, did not question him at all, which is uncharacteristic, so I would assume so.
Akira's just gonna nod at Eredrin and then continue to listen to Luca's story.
See, the thing is, it's not really very safe to be a member of the Golden Grin in the Dwendalian Empire. It's actually quite illegal. So I'm probably going to be doing a better job of keeping it quiet as we're out in the city. We have certain songs that we play that are codes to relay information and messages. And I'll probably have to do a bit smaller work when it comes to that, but suffice to say that it's important when I do reach larger settlements that I check in with the Grin and give them what information that I can. Not specifically pertaining to any of you, don't worry about that. Mostly just current events. I'm definitely going to have to tell them about what happened to the clasp in Hapaduke. That's, I mean, it's a tragedy what happened in Hapaduke, and I'm glad that Arik got out alive. Like, I wish that we could have done more to help.
Well, I can tell you this at least. What happened in Hapaduke with the Githzerai, so long as I'm alive, I'll make sure every single one of them pay for it.
And if possible, I'll be there to help you do it. So that's my big secret. The Grin isn't very powerful here. They've got a bigger presence in the Menagerie Coast, but we do what we can. And I'll try my best not to get the rest of you dragged into it. Especially you, Nock. You seem to have enough propensity for trouble without me.
Yeah, I find a way to bring it my way.
Well, the Grin's on your side too. Changeling is the ultimate underdog, in my opinion.
He doesn't really give a verbal or he doesn't really give a response to that. He kind of just like, you see his eyes kind of narrow, like in kind of like into the middle distance as you say that, just kind of shrugs it off.
He's somebody that doesn't feel welcome anywhere he goes. So
yeah, he's very it's very hard for him to like find any kind of acceptance anywhere, honestly. So when somebody says things like that, he's just kind of like, okay,
I get
it. I've sometimes found people who don't like the fact that I'm big on Cord. So
like the entire Dwendalian Empire's government.
Right, yeah, I mean, I mostly keep to the wilds, but like every so often you find people out there, mostly Crownscott.
Yes, but Demorin, we'd be dead without you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and so I feel a little bit partial to Cord, not gonna lie. Just at least a little bit partial, at least very much thankful to him. He's definitely made his presence known in this group.
His strength surrounds us for sure. It's actually crazy. We ran into that altar back there. There's not many of those out there.
That was most fortunate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh snap! I just saw the Twitch chat. Thanks, RJ. To whoever that was.
Did Slayer get that?
No, I don't know who got that.
No, that's
I think it's just
that's to the pool. That's to the pool.
Oh, it's
the
a pool. So, okay, so anybody can pull from the pool once that's been purchased.
Yes.
God.
No, it's in the soup.
It's
in the soup.
It's in the soup. My bad. Correction.
On brand.
On brand. So anyway, but yeah, thanks, RJ.
We've got advantage floating in the soup.
Yeah.
at some point.
Oh, I will keep track of that.
Good idea. At some point during the night, that first night, when there's an opportunity, Doomerin would kind of approach, I think it was, Akira, and just sort of kind of like in a hushed tone and trying to like keep it sort of like on the DL. He'll have like those bracers kind of like wrapped up in a bundle, and he'll just sort of like kind of like arm over the shoulder, because he doesn't know about your disposition, I guess, with like hesitance in social situations and whatnot, but he'll kind of just like arm over the shoulder, and then kind of like secretly be like, I kind of got these for you. They're supposed to help you not get hit, and I think you could maybe use that a bit.
Ira is going to speak in
Giant.
giant. Thank you. And they are going to stand up and bow to you as they would their sensei. I am honored by your gift.
He'll sort of like kind of like half mimic the same gesture, and then just be like, right, yeah, no, I mean it makes sense, you know. I just want to make sure you're safe and all.
Thank you. And Akira is going to put them on while you're standing there.
Where?
On each arm. They fit perfectly. Thank you.
Excellent,
All said in giant.
Right, yeah, he's also been conversing in giant. Right, good then. Yeah. He'll kind of like slap your shoulder. Sleep tight.
Okay.
So,
Akira's tail is gonna like move in almost like a happy puppy fashion, kind of like, you know, very excited that Slayer gave them these bracers. They were very reserved, like in that, like as far as receiving them, but they're like stupid happy on the like. So,
and with that little bit of excitement while you're you know you're amped up about it, you put them on, and over the course of kind of the evening, you notice that they you know they're slightly ill-fitting at first because they were formed to somebody else's arm before, but as you do a little bit of your, you know, moving around, your kind of end of the day stretches, you can tell that they're kind of slowly forming to your arms, and as they do, you kind of feel a little more solid on your balance, a little more precise in your movements, especially the more defensive kind of, you know, sharp, quick dodging in your kind of, you know, katas at the end of the day.
Fair. And Akira is ecstatic about it.
Doomerin,
Yes.
during this night of rest, you start to slip into your sleep as you do, and for a little bit it's more peaceful. Normally you're pretty constantly on guard, you're pretty constantly vigilant, constant vigilance.
Yeah.
But the sleep takes you, and feel truly at peace for perhaps the first time in a long time. And you pop into a vision, and in that vision you feel that same calm, but you are standing a familiar battlefield, one you just left. But it is there almost ghostly visions around you. You see how it looks now, but you also see kind of wispy visions of battle, of things that happened in that place. And
All right.
seeing what's going on, go ahead and make a perception check.
Alrighty. I will do that.
Good. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So, with a 15, your focus hones in on some of the commanders in this company, the back line. There's a lot of fighting going on ahead, but some of the battle have broken away to attack the back line, and you see these people, several of them bearing marks of cord, different ones. Some of them just the big fists, some of them the shield and cross weapons, some of them just big lightning bolts.
Right.
But you see this cadre kind of standing firm, kind of back to back, three of them, and they have like a cavalry charge basically coming in on them, and they hold their own little line. They break the charge, kind of deflecting spear, deflecting lances being used against them, and it is a difficult but very, very, you would think of it as a glorious battle. It's rough, but they break that cavalry charge, and then some of those cavalry dismounting to try and take them down. And they do break that charge and kill those that rushed them, and the vision starts to fade, and you hear challenges are but tests, and your vision pulls back out, and you have had your long rest. You have had your sleep over the course of watching the battle.
Word. Okay, I'll mark that.
But
literal chills.
Indeed. So anything else that y'all want to hit over the next? There's another day and a half.
At some point, I would pass off that orb of the Pact Keeper to Blackbird, even though she's not present. It would be good to have that in her possession.
I in fact made sure that was on her character sheet. So
okay, cool.
You had mentioned that sideways before.
Yeah.
But I made
it's still in my inventory, so I just wanted to make sure.
Always kept track of. Constant vigilance.
Yes, exactly.
Against, I'm assuming, of advice of the other party members around probably evening of day 2, I am going to go talk to, what was the dude's name?
Atheist. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very much in the same fashion as normal. They build a fire, and Breaker, his big friend, they stay together near the fire, and then before at the end of the day they go to their separate sides of the carts. But approach him, and Breaker kind of you don't have a non-intimidating presence. So Breaker has that moment where he like puts down his fork, is just kind of, you can tell he's very protective of Atheist.
Yes, like when I walk up, I'm gonna like seeing that, I'm gonna like put my hands up, just like, no, not here to attack. Came by to chat.
And Atheist kind of like looks at him as like gives him that shrug of like, they've been with us for like a whole day if they were gonna jump us. Just non-verbally, but just that look. But yeah,
like if we were gonna jump them, we'd wait until we're right outside the city walls and with guards and stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Perfect time to do it.
So he that's good, I'm afraid I don't think I've ever seen Okay, that's not entirely true. I've seen a few of your kind on this plane, but I've seen more of your kind on other planes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't intend to be on this plane, but here we are anyways.
That will happen.
Yeah. Sometimes it will. I was just more curious to kind of continue our discussion from yesterday. Who have you worked with Onyx and Ivory?
Well, I generally move things between a number of places. Grimgaleer to Hupperduke is a relatively short move. Right now, I'm coming from Rexentrum, actually. That's where all these potions came from. I have a number of contacts in Rexentrum, a number of contacts in Zadash. I've gone up and down the coast of the Menagerie Coast, all the way up into this dagger here, in fact. And he pulls out a dagger, and as he
Onyx and Ivory one.
Yeah. This dagger, the materials of it are actually from a place out on the far end of the Menagerie Coast called Guarden. Do a particular type of construction there that when they forge the metals in the hills outside of that area are somewhat impure. They're a lot harder to extract all of the impurities out of, so they found a way to cast them in a way that will make them as good as any pure steel. Call it steam casting. He kind of flips it around and shows it again. He kind of points out some of these lines that are definitely different materials embedded into the steel.
Yeah.
And if you do it right, it makes it most easier to enchant. He slides it back away.
You know, you said a lot of places, and I hate to say that was a non-answer, but it kind of was in a way.
It is a non-answer. I have a lot of people that I deal with. Your dungeon master doesn't want to rattle off a bunch of random names.
I completely understand that.
Like, wow, the DM screen was lifted just for a brief second.
Yeah.
Just for one brief
give that to you. But he does answer.
Don't make me do
he does.
this.
Yeah, he does answer in that way. of like I know a lot of people from a lot of places.
There we go. Now we're all on stream. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, we're all back up. All the cameras are here again.
For a second, it was just me, and like my head was down, like while you guys were talking.
You okay?
Just the tops of heads.
Yes. I know a number of people. I've been traveling Wildmount for a while. Before that, a bit in Taldore. A bit before that, I actually hail from the far shores of Ankarel.
And I'll look at him, and then this next part will be in his head, but I'll say, well, if ever you need another contact for Grimgaleer, you know my name, and you know where to find her.
Indeed, very kind. You think you're opening your own shop? You said you were associated with Fisher.
Maybe. We'll have to see where things lead me. Right now, I think I'm kind of attached to, and I'm going to nod back to my party's encampment. I'm kind of attached here, but you never know. I still do my own works with Fisher, whether it be my shop or not. I still do my own works with him.
Of course. Yes, don't be a stranger when you need to move your wares. I can move a certain number of wares a little bit faster than all of, and he gestures towards the carts behind him. Smaller groups of things I can move a bit faster, but I have to be able to carry it. It's a little more than I can carry. I use the caravan.
But I will say, if you're looking for fine works, and I'll start drawing some of, like, I'll draw one of my glaive, which I made myself, and it very, like, ornately curved and like a commonly, like, Gith style. I can tell you quite a few people appreciate the art that comes from my people.
You can see that. Perhaps I'll take you up on that one day.
Thank you greatly. And then I'm gonna walk off.
And he takes the paper and just kind of looks it over, smiles. Anything else before we move on?
Check my notes.
Last call before inciting incident.
Before inciting incident.
Choo-choo.
I don't think I plan to incite anything. Luca's trying to keep a low profile.
Oh no, you're not the one inciting.
Okay.
Just
I like that it was
Stand by,
last
do
call
murder me, and you'll be-
before inciting an incident. That's a very creative way of putting that.
Well then.
AKA the undead.
Indeed.
Is this our
So-
chance to take a sip of the Jimothy before the shit hits the fan?
Emerson.
Get your Jimothy sips in now.
Indeed. All right. So.
Been hitting the Jimothy a little too hard recently.
Hit the Jimothy on your way out. So.
Blame it on the Jimothy.
Put him on the Jimothy. So. Somebody, yeah, cash it in again. Pay for it. Pay for it. Nothing's free here. Nothing's free.
Oh, no,
so.
no, wait. Justice, why are you doing that?
Because it's
Wait,
fun.
no.
You're spending your hard-earned spices.
It's true.
And it's fun.
Hey, he's making the soup spicier. So,
Indeed.
you know.
More spice. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
grab it.
potentially depriving himself of screwing our DM over at some point.
Grab all that advantage, I guess.
Indeed.
Work it
Indeed.
out.
Work it out. So, with the wind picking up on day 2 and that exchange being done in a bit of wind, this third day, kind of middle of the day, the wind is free, it is wild.
Oh, wow.
It is coming down off the mountain, as it were, and
Are we in Oklahoma where the winds come whooshing down the plains?
bro, like kind of, except it is more closer. It's closer to Colorado, as there are mountains.
And I said that on purpose.
That was a random song reference.
I was gonna say somebody else, Justice. You know, you can just keep throwing down. It's fine.
Justice went ahead, just gave us advantage.
It's just out of stock. Check back later.
Aha! I did it. I did it right. Cool. So.
Or are you limiting
that-
us to how many we can purchase?
Oh, it's cruel. What if we have like 30,000 saved up?
It's from one person, so you know more people have to buy some.
Bearded says, what if we have like 30,000 saved up? Like, what if we already do?
Right.
Yep.
Indeed. So
Anyway.
here in the foothills of Grimgalir, far enough out that you know it's still about half a day before you get there, but the wind picks up hard enough that for they can totally secure this front cart's cover blows off, and you see strapped down these stacks of crates, properly strapped down for travel, and you know, pretty good to go. But the top blows off, and you see these two desiccated bodies that are mobile, that are moving, in similar cloaks to that of Atheist, slightly less ornate, slightly less varied in color, but nice-ish. And they lose their grips on the top, and you see them both. No! And as the top just goes tumbling into the wind, and they see that they are seen. Sorry, on the back cart, they see that they are seen by those of you behind the cart. They kind of freeze. They're just kind of standing there for a second, for like the both of them like start to turn immediately, run and jump towards the front cart, as if they are trying to hide.
Oh.
Well, the question is, now you have seen these two undead creatures. They both like hurtle past. They hurtle past Baker on the back cart and just like jump past him, and he for a second kind of like looking over, like he's kind of checking to see like if y'all saw. There's no perception checks needed. There were two whole ass people there with desiccated faces.
How far up are they from us?
I don't know, maybe 40, 50 feet from the front of your horses.
Okay.
Y'all were caravanning.
Yeah, we were. Okay. Never mind then.
Well,
I was gonna try and send a message to one of them, but they're out of range, though.
Yeah, they're a little far, but immediately when seen, they bolt. Oh, what do?
They bolt where?
They break.
Exactly. Like,
They were in the back. They were in the back cart, and that cover blew off. So they just basically like ran forward, and you see both of them like throw a little spell into the air, and then leap jump, if you will, from the back cart to the opening, like the back flap of the front cart, and like dive inside, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this something that we all just openly see, or do we have to like make?
No.
No, there's no perception checks
no
needed.
hiding this.
Like, yeah, there's no hiding this. They're like dead ass in front of you in the road.
Luca would have been like
This is not-
sitting back on the edge of the car, like leaned back, just kind of idly plucking strings quietly so as not to disturb the other members of our traveling party. And then when that happens, he just kind of stops and just leans up.
As they
There we go.
as they jump into that front cart, the train in front of you begins to slow down and pull a little off the road a little bit.
Yeah,
Things
I
about to
think
get
that
complicated, friends. I think things are about to get complicated.
Yeah.
How far off did the top of the back cart, like how far away is that?
It is progressing at a speed of, well, it takes a pretty significant wind to rip that off. So it's in the like 40-mile-an-hour wind range. The wind is still blowing, and it is continuing to move at a significant clip.
Can I just start heading for trying to catch the thing,
You
the
can certainly try.
Okay. I was actually thinking it's probably too far now. I was actually thinking something similar, but
Okay. So if the both of you can try this, it will help the possible chances of getting it, especially as two people grabbing a parachute that is trying to fly away is a lot better than one, especially when one of them is three whole people.
How far away is it? The car,
There's
not
no
the
way
car,
we
but the hood.
It is pretty far away and gaining distance quick. So if y'all are going after the hood, I have
So
one.
is it
I have
going
one,
full-
two.
Is it going the full 40 miles per hour that the wind is? Because if it
Not
is,
not
there's no-
entirely, but it's being caught by this wind. It's being blown away. Like a trash can in a windstorm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
you're from South. You get
Yeah,
it.
we could get. Yeah.
So it's a trash can caught in a windstorm that like this isn't just like a quick like tumble over and stop. It's keeping on going. So we have 1, 2. Akira, are you jumping on this grab the top train?
No.
Okay.
No.
And then two strong boys. As y'all go for it, athletics check number 1.
from each of us.
Yes, from each of you.
Okay.
Y'all are basically going to be racing this thing. Oh, here we fucking go. All right.
13
because-
personally, but
because you are struggling against a fairly strong wind, we're gonna give the wind an ability of +8. So you're fighting Mother Nature.
Yeah.
So
I'm fighting the Tempest.
Yeah.
yes. So the first one, you Erdrin are starting to keep pace with it, just full unabashed, just running. And trying to do a little bit of your like shadow skipping and stuff. It's hard to sustain that over time, but that at least gets you going in the beginning. While you're doing your thing, Dumarin is just running, just full Goliath sprinting after this, gaining a lot of ground. Check number 2.
All right.
it will take mine a second, but oh, that's much better.
we go. All right. Continuing the chase. Both of you almost totally catching up with it. We have one more throw.
Nice.
Okay, not bad.
Nice. Okay, good enough. Good enough. It had a +8 and it rolled garbage. So
that
like
works.
it's tumbling and it's like catching. It's tearing it up a little bit. But like as the both of you sprint up towards it, Doomerang gets to it first and is like basically like grabbing a kite that's trying to fight him constantly. And Eredrin, as you get over there, you get kind of the looser part of it, and you're decently intelligent, so you kind of like flatten it out and try and like limit the amount of like catch that it has, more turning it into like a flag rather than a parachute, kind of letting it flap in the wind as y'all catch it.
I do want to note, when I do get up to it, my Echo, myself, and my Mage Hand are all grabbing it, so we got 5 of my hands on this thing.
The Mage Hand is literally useless in this. It is having much more than 10 pounds to try and pull against. But
no, I know. I just want it on there just for like sake of like sanctity in my mind.
You summon the Mage Hand, and it just looks at you like, fine.
Well, do remember, 2 nights ago, I had it literally holding a crucible in a fire. So
That's true. That's
less
true.
than 10 pounds.
That is less than 10 pounds. So,
The Mage Hand Union will hear of this.
the Mage, grab poof. No, it's fine though. It's fine. So as you're doing your damnedest, the both of you pulling it back. The others of you see the cart pulls to a stop. Or driver Adkis like starts to slow down a little bit, but then he looks over his shoulder towards Luca and Akira and Alec. He's like, are we stopping? Oh, I know the big boys went running. Are we? Y'all saw that, right? That wasn't just me.
Kira's gonna look at Luca and Alec like, what do you guys want to do?
Luca has just this like uncharacteristically stone face expression and just not really sure about this one.
I'm just
maybe just let them get their cart back together and
I mean, it's not like we didn't know.
right, yeah. Yeah. you could totally see the look of unease, all like Akira's body language is like, never seen undead before, don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, we have.
We part ways. We
have?
part ways at the gate to Grimgullia, so let's just let's just get to the gates of Grimgullia.
All right. Okay.
When we fought
I mean,
with
you seem
Helena,
pretty-
that random dude, there was a bunch of zombies there.
That's right. There were zombies there.
But-
Yeah, but that was a terrible context. Like
Yeah, that was-
that was not a good
absolutely.
experience. I think at least one or two of us like went down in that fight at least once.
Akira went down in
We
that fight.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, so Luca just kind of like reaches out a hand and just rubs Akira's back and just let's just get to the gates of Grimgullia and then we can part ways with them.
Yeah, with their cart intact.
Just so you guys know, that part of the reason like Slayer was all about going to get the lid thing is because like as far as he knows, we've decided to just ignore the fact that they're undead there, and that's the best way for him to do that is focus on fixing the thing that broke. So
I just put a cap on this so I don't have to look at it.
He's like, yep, I didn't see that. They're not there. Just ignore them.
And
Go get the roof.
That's kind of how Akira's like, hurry up.
I don't want to look at them. They're gross.
Right.
and
The more I look at them, the more I want to cleanse them, and that's not good. So
as the cart stops, you see Atheist kind of like look over. He's looking over the side of the cart as y'all start kind of pulling up alongside, and he sees the top gone, and then, like, you see him duck behind real quick, like he's looking in the flatbread behind him, and then he pops up, and there's that that kind of like surprise and trying to keep it together at the same time. You just oh, sorry about that. What was that?
It's the oh shit Thanksgiving moment.
Indeed.
Are we back with the roof, or
y'all are on your way back,
Okay.
pulling it back.
just let me know when we are?
And he
Yeah.
kind of thaumaturgies out. Oh, sorry about that distraction there. That wasn't supposed to happen. If you... Oh, they're all ready. Thank you, for that. He kind of looks down, and you hear kind of, at least, like, even with him whispering, he's got the thaumaturgy on, so it's a little bit loud. It's way louder than it should be. He's... Hubert, calm down. We'll be on our way again shortly. If and he starts to, like, Breaker, help them, and Breaker dismounts, goes over, meets the two of you with the giant torn canvas flag, and he starts helping you pull it back, and starts trying to, like, secure the straps, and you see even like part of it where it was tied, but part of it snapped. You can see Breaker is big, has at least a little bit of magic capability, because he starts to mend one of the straps to try and make sure it's solid before tying it back up.
Nice.
But that is a 1 minute.
Luca just
1
steps
minute slow
forward
spell.
up next to Akira and just kind of crosses his arms and shakes his head in dismay.
Go ahead.
Are there any rips in the canvas at all?
Sorry.
There are a few.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out like a thread and needle for my leather working tools and just do like the quick and simple, like quick sew of that, like in the field, just like gotta get this sewed back shut kind of deal.
Go ahead and rock leather working tools. I think you can use intelligence for that. So it's proficient intelligence check.
That's an
Just like-
11.
Sorry,
like
undead
Batman.
make Akira uneasy.
It's not stunning work, but it's functional work.
Yes, which is very common for me when I'm trying to fix things for people. Apparently.
Right.
Right.
Like Atticus's door.
Slayer just has like his back to the other cart like the whole time, pretty much, just like actively ignoring the fact that it
Like,
exists.
what is going on in this direction? I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at that for a while.
Just like gonna help mend just basically helping hold the thing in place while they do all the straps and the sewing and whatnot.
You all did you see anything? You could tell that he's like, he's insinuating something.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over my shoulder at him, and just as with like the most menacing glare I can give him, I'm gonna be like, I didn't see anything.
I just kind of sit there with my arms crossed and just like, are we near this at this point? Like,
Yeah, y'all are. Y'all were being like, let's just get to the town, and so like
Yeah.
Atticus is starting to pull like alongside. They pulled off off the road a little bit, and as it's kind of pulled alongside so that like everybody's a little closer together.
Yeah. When he asked, like, did y'all see anything? Alex just got his arms crossed. He's like, no, not me. When all that happened, I was dead to the world. And he just kind of like...
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
To give a glare, look
choice
up
of
and
words.
going and give a glare at an awkward Alan. He's like, dude.
Not
Akira,
doesn't trust anyone.
Akira, while staring directly at Alec, just shakes their head. Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
each of
missed
you roll
what
a.
did Nox said? Nox said?
He
I
said
said I
he
didn't.
was-
I didn't see it. I was dead to the world.
Oh,
Yeah, and Akira is answering the guy, but still like dead-eyed looking at Alec, just
Like-
because like nope, nope, no, I saw nothing, nope.
Not me, not today.
I know nothing. I see nothing.
I see
Y'all-
nothing.
Y'all throw some deceptions real quick, just for fun.
Oh my god, no!
can I roll intimidation instead?
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to deceive. I was laying it on thick.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Yeah, no, I'm instead trying to like scare him into being convinced that I didn't
Like,
see anything.
I'm
'cause,
taking the piss. Like I'm straight up doing that.
Okay.
Oh no!
When did I
Akira
become
has
the
Akira has
peacekeeper?
no charisma, so no, that's a hard read. They can tell
It's a
Akira
hard-
saw something.
That's a hard no. All right, I mean, Dumarin, go ahead and throw your intimidation. I'll take an intimidation.
I love.
All right.
It's
Love
why
like
it's why
Akira
Akira
just
was
trying to-
scared.
I saw nothing.
Right, just Kira just looking right at Alec. Nope, nope.
Well, I love how it's like,
It's not
did you
very
guys see
good.
anything? And Akira's over here just like,
You know
like
what?
I didn't see anything at all. It's nope, nothing at all. And it's like, really?
Gonna burn
I'm just
my
straight up not
DM
answering.
inspiration.
Okay.
For that, honestly.
I'm
Because that's just horrendous.
You're burning your DM inspiration for the.
That's
You know
better.
what? Sometimes you're gonna fail less.
But I mean, I don't think it would hurt anything if you failed this. He just wouldn't actually be afraid.
Yeah.
I'm okay
You
with this
know
level
what?
of
I
failure.
want him to be afraid, okay?
No, I love that you're
Also,
burning
I
your
can't
DM
abide
inspiration on this.
6.
I
Indeed.
love that you're
I
burning your
catch
DM
it.
inspiration on this.
With that, like that
Luca
that
just
shout, you
what
actually
eyes? What eyes? I don't know what eyes are.
with that I didn't see anything. On your way back to turn around, you can see like one of the sets of eyes like peeking out from the thing as you say, I didn't see anything, and you see them, and they are scared enough to like shut it as soon as they see your eyes coming back around. Like they're scared.
And so with that little add-on, as I say that and turn my head and meet their eyes, like, oh good lord, no, you know, like,
I should have.
Luca's covering
So-
his mouth, stifling his laughter.
Would Nock have been able to see like that little eye peeking out for a second?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was not nearly as stealthy as they wanted it to be.
Yeah. Like if I do see, like before they shut it or whatever, I'll straight up give like a stare over at that eye and just do like right at it.
Yeah. Well, between you and Dumarin, it's that like, and like
yeah, we
you
know.
could tell like. You could tell there's a definite like tying of that.
Not so
flap to
care
try and,
like that. People know. Like I'm gonna mess with these guys.
Oh, yeah, and and you see Atheist has that look on his face of like, right. We didn't see anything. I greatly appreciate your Your ability to not see
Discretion?
things.
It's such a windy night. The wind, I've never had seen such wind, such as this wind here.
No, there were nights when the wind was so cold.
Indeed.
Before Atheist says your ability to
gotta
not
pay for
see
it.
things, I am going to answer him with discretion when he was looking for the word. Like, thank you for your ability for discretion. Not able to see things, kind of.
Yeah. You're close enough to beam him that, and discretion. Yes, that's the word. Discretion.
Right, yep, we're all, and I'm like another kind of like stern look, we're all law-abiding citizens here on the road together.
Talking about the wind.
Yes.
Indeed.
Lord Demorin scared him
Indeed.
so badly he forgot how to speak common.
You say a law-abiding citizen, and like Alec is immediately just like kind of gives a look over to you like
It's
as
the
in,
same
am I a
look.
joke to you?
It's the same look he gave them when he was
He's gonna
trying
give
to
you the
convince
same look.
them. Like he's like, yeah, law-abiding
It's
citizens.
Am I a
Uh-huh.
joke to you?
Yes, I too
Same
am
here.
real citizen.
Yes.
I love. It's like trying to convince them I'm human. I'm just like, I am totally human. I love like breathing air into my lungs, lungs.
I mean, you got him if you want him, babe.
It's true. I don't know if they function that way, but I can make them.
Couldn't
You
you
need a
theoretically
moment.
breathe one?
To collect, and I like kind of like glance between him and Breaker. Your companion's nerves before we return to the road.
I think as long as they keep shit together, I think we will be all right. Perhaps you all lead us on the way in. We'll keep with you.
So what time of day did this take place? What time
Kind
did this
of
happen?
kind of middle of the day. That's why there's no
Okay.
there's no
know
shadows, there's no
why,
nothing to like get in
But
the
I had
way.
it. I had it in my head that it was like middle of the night, so I've been imagining
stormy
Atheist
nights,
in his like
sunlight.
jammy jams the entire time. Like I've just been imagining him like in like a nightcap and like pajamas, just like oh sorry, and like just trying to put his robe together. Like,
No, we're like all of us trying to keep our clothes on while the wind whips at us on this
And
mountain pass.
and it's good. Yes, let's get into town and
Roy.
make sure. Yeah.
Right before we head off,
Oh, he's gonna do it.
yes, I am going to do it.
Oh yes.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna teleport my Echo to inside the front cart and then have him come out the front flap, like, and sit next to Atheist for a second.
Does
Before
that have to
dispelling
be
him.
a place that you can see?
Right, let me
oh
check.
yeah, it is
You have to
closed.
see
It does.
Yeah.
Wait, can
Oh,
it
it
walk
does.
out of your vision? If you no longer see it, does it disappear?
No,
You have
it
to
can walk
summon
out
it
of my
somewhere
vision.
you
I
can
just
see.
have to summon it somewhere. So I'm gonna summon it right behind the cart and just have it slip in and then come through the front of the cart. Because I can't see through my Echo's eyes, so
Yeah.
yet. Yet.
All right.
Wait, is
so,
that a further ability you can do later?
eventually? But
Yeah.
Oh.
Echo Knight, very
Uh,
cool.
indeed, Echo Knights are so fucking cool. So as you pop your Echo there, and it peeks
You'll go
under.
like this.
It peeks under. One of those things is gonna try and get him. No, not one. All three are gonna try and get him. So give me a second. I'm gonna see which of them catches him. How
I mean,
fast
if it-
one of them catches him.
Oh,
it
we were
hits
so
my
close to
echo,
the incident not being an incident.
Yeah, but it's so
Yeah.
on brand for Ro.
It's so yeah, it is. This is so fitting. It fits so
See,
much.
Yeah.
This is
See, I was trying to be the
Indeed.
peacekeeper for so long, but I had the goblin urge just to like put my echo in
Indeed.
there just to mess.
So,
Yeah,
one of them, you hear a sudden kind of, and it splashes against the leather on the back and kind of punches a little hole in it, and then there's kind of an adjusting of the cart as it waddles back and forth, and then a kind of a flash of a just an energy release, and your echo dissipates and the flap closes, or the flap like drops back closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And atheist leans down, not having seen the echo, and he's like, "What are you doing? Stop! Just stop!" Like all the movement on the inside, like suddenly, like abruptly stops. he hops down to like start running around the back to like see who got hurt, and not seeing anybody is like, what happened?
Got those kids in trouble.
You know what?
You got those kids in trouble.
Do we all hear this happening?
Yeah. I mean, you're
Okay.
you're right there in front of the like at the front of the second cart. You saw that little like punch happen, and then suddenly like a kind of like almost
Okay.
dark saber black, glowing black kind of behind the wall, and then the echo disappeared.
All right. Well, let's see. Can I do this again, or am I limited?
Oh man.
It's a new day. It's been
It
2
is
days.
several days since.
last
Long
season.
rest to thyself.
Okay, cool. I can do a second one right now. Cool, because I'm gonna now pull from that pool, so there should now be 2 left. To burn another advantage intimidation to just be like, nothing happened. Let's get on the road.
So
Okay.
I will say, whenever he yells like that, when he just does that whole like, "What is going on?" whatever like that, like Alex gonna have his arms still crossed and go, and just kind of lean in and go, "Hey, careful with all that yelling. You're likely to wake the dead." And I'm just gonna like kind of give him a stare right after I say it too.
And in Atheist's head, I'm gonna say you might want to invest in better carts next time. Maybe full wood carts.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
I know something about you.
Right. Better carts and upping the excitement. And you hear a very
That was-
unsubtle.
I would like to clarify, that was also a general intimidation to everybody.
Right. And
That's fine.
At least-
Akira is totally cool, not bothering a goddamn thing. So,
yeah. The ones inside the cart, you actually hear 3 voices, like one right after the other, be like, sorry.
I don't just mean them. I mean my party too, guys. Come on.
Yeah, your party. Yeah, your party too. Oh yeah, indeed. But
I totally. So here's the deal. I feel like if somebody was like gonna make some art from us, which by the way, feel free to draw me in any capacity. I always love seeing stuff like that. But like, if somebody were to make art of the characters of like, I imagine us all being kids on a playground, like at recess or something like that, and I just see Nock in full changeling and monk, like, uniform, which is with a stick poking a hornet's nest, just poking it, just.
I can see that.
I'm right there
It's on
with
brand.
it with a bottle of water, just pouring the bottle of water.
so as you'll finish tying down the back cart with Breaker, getting everything kind of reset up, Atheist gives that gesture of like, yes, please go right ahead. Yes, take the lead. And then like he starts speaking. Who knows Abyssal?
Do I?
Not I, not I.
I know it's
Who would
I don't
know
speak anything
Abyssal?
cool.
Sorry, not Abyssal. I misspoke. Infernal. Who knows Infernal?
Okay, I
Of all
started to say
four
Abyssal is a
languages I know,
super hard language. It's such a rare language.
Yeah, it's
Well-
very guttural.
Indeed. So in the Infernal, he just starts saying, "Hurry the fuck up! Get back there! Don't lose it again. We're gonna get
Boy, we need a tiefling in the party.
caught. Don't fucking." And like you out of the corner of your eye, you see like the two of them kind of like run back and like run along the other side of the cart from the road, so that they're like as covered as they can be, but they are not being very stealthy. And they crawl back in like the backside of the cart, and everything's right. Good.
You know-
Yes. Let's. And he goes back up to the cart and just kind of calls back over his shoulders like, keep this thing together.
Generally, just saying generally, I'm going to say just out loud. Man, that wind nearly had us dead to rights.
Indeed.
Who started the dead puns?
Akira is going to mage hand Eredrin upside the head.
One dice.
You could have rolled a hit for that.
Oh, it's not damaging. It's just a little, it's a
No.
in the back of the head.
Yeah, this and they know who's doing it when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm fully aware.
But both of you have
Unbelievable.
invisible mage hands. Y'all just
Yes.
feel a random poke. It's if you didn't do it to yourself.
Yeah, it's my sibling. Yeah.
Well, that's gonna make it really fun. If I don't think Akira knows I know Mage Hand.
Indeed.
But is your mage hand
Oh, yeah.
invisible?
Is your mage hand invisible like ours?
That's all Mage Hand is invisible.
Oh, no,
No,
not normally.
Not normally.
Wait, seriously?
We
Really,
specifically have
theirs are
invisible
very
mage
special.
Yeah.
Very special
I've
mage
always,
hand.
I never knew that. I've always interpreted it as an unseen hand, like
It's a spectral.
That's
it's a
unseen
spectral.
servant.
So
Yeah, it's like a
Oh,
spectral
It's ghost hand.
thing.
Okay,
It's a ghost hand. Yeah.
wasn't aware of that.
They've got real ghost hands. Yeah, yours appears. You can kind of choose the color and kind of flavor of it, but yours
Just,
appears very quickly and just like gathers up your shit normally.
Just to clarify for
Yeah.
everybody, that is either exclusive to 5e or because of Critical Role. Mage Hand has always been invisible.
Oh, no, it is in
That's
5e.
No, it's
Yeah,
a
it's-
5.
It is in
Yeah.
5e.
Yeah.
5e.
I started to say, here I am. I'm only a born and bred 5e guy,
Same.
so I'm surprised I didn't know that.
It,
Oh, no,
it
it's-
might be
it's
that you've been
totally
dealing with.
okay.
You might have been dealing with arcane tricksters that get them invisible, or psionics that also get them invisible.
that is where I first had
Lucky
Mage Hand, was
Brown.
Arcane Trickster. So yes, that may be what's
that's
going
what-
on.
Yeah.
Like to
Yep.
me, when someone says Mage Hand, my brain automatically assumes that it's invisible because almost all my experiences with older editions.
No,
It's one of those
To
like
me,
learning
entirely
curve
different.
things.
I
for
am
Yeah,
me.
immediately
they
think-
made it visible in 5e, and the one for Psionic, the one for Arcane Trickster are both invisible because of the specialties. So
I kind of like that better.
For Mage Hand, my immediate thought for Mage Hand is Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse gloves. Don't ask why. I will not be giving explanations.
You think I'm summoning Hamburger Helper? Like you think I'm just like getting him to come out of nowhere?
Yeah, basically.
Wasn't there an old like Mugen character that was just a giant hand like that?
it's
Indeed,
better if
indeed.
you summon Cheeseburger
All right.
Helper.
All right. Take it. We'll bring ourselves back out of Smash Bros.
back on track.
So,
This is
uh,
that rabbit has been chased.
so,
Gone down the rabbit hole through the
Taking the-
through the looking glass, whole 9 yards.
taking us back to the road. Well, off the road, back onto a proper street switchback leading up, back up to Grimgalir, passing by what some of you attended, a funereal service outside of the city.
Ariel?
The funerals from episode, what was it, 2?
Sorry.
Yeah. I would say
funereal.
too.
Passing the funeral pyre area from that has been used before, currently not in use. Too much wind, but heading up the switchbacks, heading up into Grimgalir proper. What has become familiar for some of you has been familiar for a long time for others of you. Getting back into the Grimgalir city streets as the sun is beginning to set on the far horizon, even up the side of the mountain. It is getting late, but well, it's getting late. The sun's low. I forget this is like starting summer, so it's not quite down, but you're getting into town as Atheus starts pulling past Fishers and is going. He's obviously heading into town, and he mentioned like towards the garrison, like that's where he's headed, and
it's taking Akira everything to not jump off at Fisher's.
Yeah, as y'all are about to like jump off and turn in and start delivering the cart back, he says, okay, you are pretty obviously the face, so he walks over towards you, dismounts his cart and moves towards you, and just kind of whispers, if y'all are doing me a real solid, I don't have time to explain what you saw, but I will say, if you all need transportation favors, I could do you one.
We'll keep that in mind, but in the future, I would warn you that. And Luca is going to be quite quiet for this part. Just many of my companions are very uncomfortable with the idea of undead, and we don't really like attracting the attention of the law, as I'm sure no one does.
Exactly.
So if we are looking into transportation in the future, perhaps without them.
I think you misunderstand what I mean. I do know people. Like I said before, I've been in a lot of places. I in fact, and he kind of waves his hand, and a little bit of kind of like purple orange magic kind of sparks. I can move a small group of people very quickly if I really need to.
In that case, we'll definitely keep that in mind. That could come in handy.
Just me and you all. I can get you someplace, and I can get myself out.
Well, in that case, you can definitely consider your secret safe. We don't want the attention that comes with it either.
I figured I might be dealing with a properly like-minded individual. Thank you.
He kind of raises an eyebrow at that, like not actually completely agreeing with it, but he's not going to tell him no.
Thank you all so much for your help, for your companionship on the road. And he goes down and has pre-measured a bag of coinage, and he says, on top of the payment given, a tip, and he tosses it up to whomever is going to catch it.
I will catch a bag of coin tossed at me, I suppose.
It's pretty easy.
It all feels strange.
Pretty easy for you, and you catch it. It's not light. There are in fact 10 platinum pieces and 100 gold pieces in it.
Holy shit.
As a kind of payback for knocking me up the side of the head earlier, I'm going to try to intercept it with my mage hand.
All right, go ahead and do a efficient intelligence check, because I think your mage hand works via intelligence, right?
Yeah. We're going to go with crafting because that's proficient intelligence for me. So.
Easy enough.
Oh shit! I crit, baby. I crit.
Nice.
So you go to grab the coinage, and it hits the mage hand first before your hand, and you just see it like stop in the air. Do you like grip your hand, floating over towards Eredrin?
Going to cut my eyes at Eredrin and anime style, super huge anime head like just comes as I scream in his brain. Oh, touch my stuff! And like a sibling would.
Don't touch my stuff. So, indeed.
Just replying back, you got to be quicker than that, and it's gonna have it keep floating over to me.
You can determine what you do with your.
Cloud. You're gonna see a dust cloud as Akira tackles Eredrin. You can move on to something else.
Yeah, y'all engage. Y'all engage as siblings do on the back porch of one of the places that you've been growing up, and very, very politely, the atheist gets back to his cart, mounts back up, and begins to head out. Rolling off. There we go. Sorry, I was making sure to bring up a certain amount of the map that we have from before. Have a map from before. Indeed. This Luca is not the same Luca as we have now. Let's bring that Luca. Let's bring the new Luca. Pow.
Luca.
Hardly even know her. Wait, no, wrong.
Wrong dad joke.
Wrong dad joke. So, there we go. There's no longer that problem or that problem, or even that problem.
That's a lot of problems you avoided right there.
Well,
Yes.
indeed. So,
What does
y'all,
it do on the screen?
it's jumping from one place to another.
Ah, there we go. Gotcha.
Being back to the Silverfisher, and yes, as you pull up on the Silverfisher, the sound of carts out back has a certain very recognizable noise as your there's no head there anymore. Stop it. As
Decapitated head from episode 1.
the
My heart.
Oh look, I see it right there. That's where Alec lost the first person they chased.
Yep.
that was up here. Stop it.
No, they ran into it
By
back
the
out
way-
over here.
So, Luca, our first interaction together was me getting up on that roof, right? And you assisted.
We actually
Remember that?
traveled together. We traveled together for a
assisted.
short amount of time.
Well, no, our first
Uh,
interaction in the game. I mean,
The person who assisted
no.
you was actually a
I
Blackbird,
assisted.
I believe. Oh, I thought it was
No.
Blackbird.
I helped.
was it Eredrin?
Alec up
No,
on.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Eredrin ran inside with Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
Blackbird-
somebody yoked you-
I
Yeah,
thought it
somebody
was
yoked you
Luca
onto
that-
the roof. Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
yoked you
yeah.
onto
We're
the
like,
roof.
they were like,
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
like
no,
to
no.
assist. You know,
Rose right. Eredrin helped you up onto
I
the roof. Yes,
You on the roof.
yes.
Okay.
Blackbird
Then I went
went
inside and
chasing
killed
with you
Fisher.
afterwards.
I don't
That
know
was,
why I had
you were
I had
both
Luca
right.
in my head. Anyway,
Luca traveled with you in the caravan with Fisher before.
That's a big ass code. And it gets
all that to say, the reason why I bring it up is because I remember it was like, oh yeah, I needed to get up there, and I'd like to assist, and I did that whole thing, and then I got to looking at my jump abilities, because jump in 5e has very specific rules and all that kind of stuff, And if I were to like just, you know, I'm a monk, and if I were to use Step of the Wind, I have a 10-foot vertical. I could have straight up just got on top of that roof by
I
myself.
just jumped.
My my original plan in that situation was to cast a thunder wave directly up, and if they failed to save, they would have been pushed 10 feet into the air to land on that slanted roof.
Yeet! Indeed. So,
We love it.
as you all merge, come around, or come down the alleyway, you see the familiar robot automaton come out, toolbox coming out and looking, and then seeing Akira and Eredrin wordlessly just and then starts immediately taking care of the horses. And you see Atkiss for the briefest seconds like, hey, what the, oh, he knows what he's doing, all right, never mind. And you hear the cessation of hammerings on the inside before the heavy footsteps of Fisher coming out, or beginning to come out, but Akira running in the door.
Oh yeah, runs right in and gives him a big hug.
I'm following suit with that.
Oh, my friends, yeah, it's been a hot second. Eric only got here a couple of days before you did. Everyone all right? He said y'all were okay.
We are well.
He seemed to think y'all would be heading out like anywhere but here. Actually,
Plans changed.
it's all right. Glad to see you anyways.
Have some things to.
I mean,
Gather
Luca
here.
did a few days ago tell Fisher that we'd be coming this way.
Yeah. He just, there was an amount of assumptions before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please, of course, make yourselves right. Whatever you need. And see him reach over to a shelf and grab what looks like a coiled whip made of chain links. And he starts
Sort of
walking.
like an improvised fashion or intentionally?
Oh no! It's as he comes out, he waddles out to out here. He starts looking around and giving a little bit of a like a hey Blackbird, hey Brand, or all that. There's a direct look towards Alec, and Master Alec, and he runs up on you, and finally finished it.
Just say what?
Finally finished it.
Are you? Oh yeah. I almost forgot. We've been gone for so long.
Yeah, you have. Welcome back. But and you see he releases most of it from his hand, and it has just like a little bit of a handle at the back. It's kind of like it's a very rudimentary, thin handle with a T at the back, almost like you could grab it by the handle, hold it sideways by it, or like like there's a little bit of a hook to the T, so you could like hook it onto a belt or something. And he unravels it, and one of those silver looking darts kind of at the end of this chain sparks. Thank you. And
I don't know what the heck happens.
it just every now and then something happens, but he lets it loose and it drops. He kind of like snakes it along the ground a little bit, and you can tell that it's not steel because it's not sparking. You know, when you drag steel across stone, there's a certain amount of sparking happens, and you know, scratches on the steel. He kind of like starts snaking it back and forth along the ground and just and then kind of whips it up, and it straightens out hard and just you know, hits the end of itself and then comes back down. He makes sure to swing it back and away from everyone, and as it lays out, you would estimate it to be about 10-12 feet long.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And
Nice.
and he pulls on it and you know, is manually using it to kind of coil itself up, and as promised, a kunai whip.
Yeah. I will take it gladly, both hands, and just go. This is some fine craftsmanship. I can tell you that right now.
And when you take it, it's lighter. It's lighter than steel too.
Yeah. Okay.
I did a little bit of that mithril work. I said I might be able to do. Able to get it linked right. If you need something longer, I might need a little time because I already had kind of a chain started. I already had a little bit of stuff to work with before.
No, this is perfect. This will work just fine for my needs. I can't thank you enough for this, Fisher. I mean, how much do I owe you for it?
I mean, you brought my lads back, brought horses back. You're into the bargain.
Well,
I recall that was my price.
and I understand, but I also see the craftsmanship. I see the fine work you put into it, and I think that a hard day's work deserves a hard day's pay.
Maybe if the lads keep traveling with you, you invest in their craftsmanship.
Yeah,
I love that.
Seem like a fair deal?
seems fair to me. And he like gives him
Indeed.
a hearty like handshake, like extends the hand, you know.
Yeah, he indeed. And he looks. He just kind of looks over towards Slayer, who is literally twice as tall as he is, and just looks up towards him. And is like, "Don't recognize you, Shimmerfist.
Sorry, what was that, Jeremy?
You're two of me, Shimmerfist. Don't recognize you."
Yeah, I'm well, most call me the Slayer, and I'll like reach down and like clasp his forearm.
You literally, like, maybe not even fully intentionally, just your hand is that big,
Right, yeah.
and just like goes over, and he's gripping the back of your hand, and he's just,
Yeah.
indeed, I can't imagine why.
Yeah. but I mean, they've taken to calling me by my real name, and I suppose you can too, given what I've heard of you. My name is Doomerin.
Marin, all right.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
So I hear you're somewhat of a craftsman.
I'll do a little bit. And he looks over towards what he just handed Alec.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Who,
we've
by the
got
way,
all of that.
Is full on swinging that kunai right now. Like he is full on like over and by himself practicing with it, just like, you know.
A kid with poi, swinging around.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I'll be like, we've got all that there.
you can tell that he actually did not notice. As he looks, turns around, and he's just staring at the pile of parts.
It's all,
You
it's all
did-
bullet carapace.
Oh, that's two.
Yeah.
Or one absolutely fucking huge one.
No, it's definitely two. Yeah.
Spoils
Alright.
from the road.
From inside the house, you hear, "We killed him ourselves."
You fucking what? Slayer and fucking deed. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And Atticus kind of chimes up. Yeah, I kept the horses safe. And Fisher for just I'm sure you did great, lad. Sparks.
Weird.
Sparks. Oh gosh.
It's okay.
Meow.
I don't know because I never hear it on my side.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah. Yeah, I meowed. I will give whatever sound will catch attention. Meow.
Cats only meow to get humans' attention, so it seems
Exactly.
reasonable.
I request that you do that scene from Three Amigos where, like, he's trying to get their attention from on top of the wall.
Look up here!
He's like,
Look up here! Look up here! Look up here! Look up here! Look! Oh, hee hee ha ha! Hey, yo, guys! Okay. All right, we did it. Did it. Throw down 1,000. Whatever. Dance. I dance for money. It's fine. You just can't do it for that one. I don't know, hydration check or something. Fisher looks very, very impressed. Well, you know, if you'll have a little bit of time, are y'all pushing anywhere in particular, Sparks?
why is it like this?
Why are you like this?
There, I drank water.
Good job,
Geez,
Tim. Me
nailed
too.
it.
I had milk and with cereal, so I drank that, so I think that counts.
I'm kind of taking the like random song reference thing as a challenge rather than like a retroactive thing. So like if somebody in the chat throws that out, then we know to try to make one as quickly as possible.
Totally, yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it's for.
That's the intended purpose. It's just that we keep throwing them out for free, and I'm like, we can't do it for free.
Well, we
But,
do them all the time, but they can force us to do them in difficult situations.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Indeed. But as y'all start to gather around, Blackbird and Brandor start helping dismount pieces of the bullets and start bringing them inside.
I'm gonna send my Echo to help as well. Not me, just my Echo.
Yeah, I mean, Slayer's gonna help too, obviously.
Or
but-
Sakira is helping.
Honestly, I think this is just going to be a full group effort. Luca will come help too. I've got an acceptable strength. I can be helpful.
Oh,
Alec is too distracted with his kunai. I'm kidding.
That's
I'm
fair.
kidding.
No, that's totally fair,
Honestly, nobody would be mad at him.
Yeah.
yeah, no, you're a kid with a new toy. Whoop, 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 whoop.
See green flames going
Our-
everywhere.
Our continued survival may rely on your ability to know how to use that weapon, so I feel pretty comfortable with letting you practice.
Something that you'll notice pretty quickly as Alec is doing his movements. Sometimes when he throws it out and it might go slack at one point. Even when it goes slack, to him it suddenly starts to like snake back and jump back to his hand.
It's alive.
Interesting.
Once we get all the bullet pieces or the bullet pieces in, because it's French bullet.
You're a
I
French
will
bullet.
die on this hill.
You're a French bullet. It's fine.
You're a French bullet. That's a weird insult right there. You're nothing more than a French bullet.
Once that all gets done, I'm going to kind of not really pull Fisher aside, but like to Fisher be like, so I'm working on a couple of projects, and I was wondering if I could gather a few materials.
Sure. What do you need? Of course. If I don't have a handy, I'll help you find it.
course. I'm gonna pull out. First of all, I'm gonna pull out my deconstructed bow at the moment that I've been working on. I'm gonna say, I need. I'm sure like out of time we've spoken about this bow before, but I've finally decided to start on recreating my father's bow. I need two more types
fantastic.
of wood for it, though.
All right, and he like starts looking around the room that is full of wood.
I was thinking Purple Heart and Cocobolo would be two good woods for it.
Oh, that's no slouch for. All right, I think we could probably work that out.
But if you need me to do something different, I completely can.
Oh no, I've got plenty of both of they, lad. That would work real well. You've got the silver insert there. If you layer more wood on top of that, that'll reinforce the reinforcement, and then that little bit that goes out front and yeah, we can certainly work on that. I'd even I still remember how to make a I've got old Bess, the crossbow. Might be able to at least while I've got a little bit of time on my hands, I could levy that on your crossbow, on your bow when it's done. Can help you out a little.
I appreciate it, but I kind of want to do this out of honor. I want to make it how he had it.
Yeah, but if you don't have to look for arrows every time you pull the string back. Just saying.
Fair point. I'll
Could be useful.
I'll consider it.
All right. Just keep it on your mind. Maybe I can show you how to do it so you can maintain it.
Oh, that might be interesting as well. And
See?
the other thing is, and I know this is also a hefty ask. Do you have any spare mithril from when you were working on Alex Kunai?
I mean, there's no such thing as spare mithril. I have mithril handy if you need it.
Of course. Can I get some of that from you as well to work on? There's something I want to work on with that as well.
Sure, of course.
Oh, you like my half plate, by the way? You like my
No, that is actually quite fashionable. I wasn't going to bring it up until you did, but looks like you're moving up in the world a little bit, and he'll kind of tink on it a little bit and realize that it's mithril, and tink, 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 tink. You looking to finish this off? Is that what you're doing?
Actually, no. I was looking to make a weapon from the mithril. I'm looking to make something that's big enough for my normal proclivities, but still pretty light,
Huh. All right. I can see how that could work. We can work on that. As for the rest of y'all, as y'all are kind of bringing in the bullet parts and down. So what's the rest of your plan? Y'all running off on another adventure or sticking around? What do you want to do?
We're going to town, so I'm going to lock the screen door. So when you go out,
Well,
go out the front door. Don't lock it.
We hear you we hear your mother very clearly.
By keeping glare.
There we
It is.
go.
Well, there.
I apologize about that.
You're okay. I'm just telling you, your mic is good. It's actually picking up sound now.
I heard like deep southern accent, and I was like, "Where is this one coming from?" Like, but it makes sense,
Indeed.
Just
Sorry.
like locking the screen door.
We're saying.
Yeah.
Sorry
One
about
of the most southern conversations you can possibly have is like, lock the screen door next time.
All right, you're all right. Bringing it back, bringing it back. Was it Slayer that was saying?
Yeah, I was just I was just like, well, I've kind of decided to tag along with these folks. I'm not sure what our next move is, but as mentioned previously, you are a craftsman, and I here have craft materials. What can you do with this?
With this I could do a lot. One of my several talents is that of a tanner. I know how to work leather. I know how to smith and all of that too. So I could put some of this over metal or under metal. Give it a bit of a stronger make. This honestly, dependent on your proclivities. You look broad enough, and you can tell he's doing these full arms wide checks of your dimensions, and all right, and that compared to, and he's citing it out. I could clad you top to bottom in something pretty sturdy. All in all, done. Take a bit of time, but not much else other than time. You brought the hard part, for fuck's sake.
Right. Well, I don't want anything that could restrict my movements too much.
Of course. Would make you less slayy.
Indeed. Yes.
being dumped, by the way.
How sturdy of a shield do you think you could make from this? Like a good one?
Probably fairly. Got enough time, I might be able to enchant it a bit so it can do a little bit more of a little bit more.
Well, that would be useful.
That's the idea. That's the hope, anyway.
Yeah. Well, how much would something like that cost?
I have all of you all talking about money with me. Always it's a little weird whenever it's people that are working with people that I care about. He glances towards Akira and Eredrin.
Slayer just sort of shrugs. Business is business.
That's fair, but your continued strength is a certain amount of strength to my boys. Well, my boy and my lad. But no, I'll say it'll depend on what it'll end up costing me.
Fair enough.
I'll charge you cost, and I'll determine that at the end. Still,
Like a fair and square deal to me.
all right, indeed.
Also, anyone kind of just passively insight would probably notice that Slayer probably would have accepted any deal he threw at him. He's not savvy.
That seems to be a good
in
deal.
these matters. He was really spot on with the mercenary going rates and whatnot, but as far as actual trade goes,
He's good at what he's good at,
yeah, exactly.
and not at what he's not.
Mira is going to send a message to Fisher saying, you could add something special to it for me as a favor.
And you see him just smile, and he nods quietly, without saying anything. Just like, Yeah, we'll make it real good. And he glances back towards Akira with just an extra nod. And now I've got my lads back. I mean, that could make some quick work. What else? That might take a number of days. You might be able to just take your ease for a little bit here in town if you really need to. Excuse me.
Have you heard of any nasty beasties in the area, or is there somewhere else we should maybe ask about that?
Nasty beasties, you might want to check in with the wardens over at the Crown's Guard. They get word in sometimes of troubles in the countryside that need to be addressed. But otherwise, I know that he like pauses for a second, like looking over Slayer again, and then looks back towards Eredrin. No, Eltahine and Eric are will definitely be interested in seeing you. I think they were expecting you tomorrow morning. If you had showed up tonight, it probably wouldn't hurt.
Of course.
But, and he wanders over to the desk, gets an actual tape measure, and gets over to Slayer and starts measuring him out. Has to do like a double length check on his back because it only goes up to like 5 whole feet of tape, and so like even your shoulders are higher than that. Mine are at 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, he starts doing all the measurements, and you see him kind of prestidigitating onto his arm, like sets of numbers after sets of numbers, to get it all down so he can write it down on real paper. If y'all don't have anything else to do,
Really?
when you're out and about, or more shit like this, and he points towards the pile of bullet parts. Shit like this doesn't go awry, and I wouldn't be sad paying you for parts whenever I'm not using them on you.
It's a pretty good trade.
Yeah.
Or guys?
Salsa. Yeah. Pay bills. And he gestures towards Eredrin and Akira. Still paying their rent while they're out of town.
Thank you, by the way.
I wouldn't dream of not leaving you a place to stay.
Your blessing. I just realized this is like completely random, but I just realized Fisher has not seen my echo, nor has he seen my familiar, which he has now seen today. Sorry, completely random, but like, yeah.
He in fact has like overlooked that part. Like he's used to seeing you. He's used to seeing you and Eric. So like he hasn't really put that together yet.
So yeah, just to kind of get the point across that this isn't Eric, I'm going to, like, while just doing some things like sitting stuff down and like unpacking and stuff like that, I'm going to have my echo like just beside me, helping me with that, and like at some point teleport him to the other side of the room to grab something and then teleport back. Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't ask, but he kind of ums for a second and just, right?
In his head, I'm gonna say, yes, they're to me now.
You missed him that much, did you?
Yeah, you could say that. And I got a snake too, like also in his head, like very like childlike, like excitement.
And you say that in your head, and the snake, you and the snake are connected. It perks up, and Zan just kind of looks over and just kind of like flicks a tongue, and gives a very "what's up" kind of nod. Just, oh, it's precious! And he doesn't even wait for an invitation. He reaches up for Zan and just, oh, you're pretty, you're magnificent. Oh, you, and it, like, as soon as he touches a snake, it starts to shift color a little bit. And oh, and you, oh, I love a rainbow. Oh, you're so beautiful, you are. And the wings kind of come out and like grip around his hand. It's like, oh, it has wings. You have how did you find a flying snake? Those are down on the coast.
They're also in the Wild.
They're in the what?
The Wild.
Apparently, we went there, I guess.
And
So I'm
apparently I
told.
got a snake from it.
What? You
Yeah, they keep mentioning that.
we talked about that, right? Oh, we talked about dealing with Fae when you're traveling. You're dealing with Fae. Don't. Right? We talked about that, right?
Which is why
He kind of like lets go of the snake and like kind of like puts it back on the brim of your hat, and it just starts wrapping around, turning silver again.
Which is why there are two dead Fae in between the road from here to Grimgaleer, or from here to Hupperduke, and one is now, I think, in service to someone within the Feywild, as I understand it.
Oh.
You look like you could use a drink.
Oh no, I'll be all right. I'll be all right till I get my. I just want Erdrin, I just whatever. What do you have? Do you have the snake? What?
Sure.
I didn't do anything you wouldn't do, Fisher.
What did we do? Like they say we were there, and I don't remember this.
Well,
That's probably because when you come back from the Fae, sometimes the Fae keeps a bit of it with itself. The fact that Joe made it out at all is gift enough, I think. And like you could tell that he's like poking. He's actually like standing between the both of you and kind of like poking all in like your joints and stuff, just like making sure that like you could tell like the way like he's poking and then like moving your arm for you. You can tell like he's seeing if the way that he moves your arm, almost like he's seeing if it was the wrong way. Even like he's checking for not you, basically. Pretty easy to intuit.
I am me. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We're
I'm
ourselves.
fine. Apparently. I just
Like
don't
he
remember what happened.
pulls on your finger a little bit, just to like again like seeing if it like stretches in a weird way. And no, I don't.
I haven't done this since I was 12. Pull my finger, right?
Yeah, no.
I have my Echo like looking over Fisher's shoulder, like very like inquisitively as well.
Now, don't you start to.
You don't understand. I have seen people come out of the Fae with knots in their bones. Knots in their bones. All right. There's.
Nock is over there practicing, and he thinks he keeps hearing his name. He's like,
So
apparently the only thing I left behind was the memory of being there.
that's extremely upsetting. It is one of the more beautiful things that you'll probably ever see anywhere ever.
And I left behind my earrings.
Rub it in.
My necklace.
Yeah, Akira's gonna give Fisher the angsty the angsty bang, like I'm gonna move my bang from in front of my face and give him kind of like that angsty look for saying that, like saying that too bad I can't remember, kind of like
If you ever end up going back, maybe you can retain a little bit, but there are ways to cleanse that fog. Also a little bit, but you might be able to find somebody who could do it.
I would be okay with cleansing the fog.
I have to find someone a little bit more powerful than me to try and cast a spell on you for it, but
I'll tell you, Fisher, we did kill 2 hags as well.
which means there's one more.
Oh no, she, as I've been informed, we sold her name to someone who has made good use of her.
That might be true. At the same time, I would invite you to recognize that if there is still a piece of a coven, likelihood that the coven still remembers is very, very high. Give me just a second, I have a knock on my door.
The coven remembers.
Bearded, what are you doing at his door?
What? Huh? There's a knock at his door. Yeah, exactly. He opens the door. There is a changeling in a full-on Ioun monk robe, and just like, we need to talk.
Right. I mean, we ain't got anything else to do. Slayer just might get toasty on some deep purple.
In the white room with black carpet.
Oh
No
my.
one's paid for it.
Oh my. I'm gonna keep we're gonna keep a running tab.
It wasn't.
Somebody has to pay this.
Oh wait, that wasn't intentional. I just.
I know.
That was not.
You mean we can't have our normal conversations, Jeremy? No. Everything has to be corporatized.
Everything. Monetize everything. I want to monetize my death. I want to die on camera. Okay, so like that's that. I want everything.
Okay? Everything is content. Everybody knows. No. We're fine.
If no one saw it on camera.
Exactly.
Which means most people are actually immortal by that logic.
Yes, exactly.
Immortals.
Surrounded by ghosts.
No.
Oh, I'm doing it again. So, with that,
Yeah, I think we need to check
sure.
all that.
Fisher checking your bones for knots, seeing if your arms go in the wrong direction. Generally concerned for your well-being. We are coming to a point of y'all are back. Y'all are back in Grimgleer. Most of you back. Some of you for the first time. What do you want to do? Y'all have a little bit of time.
Yara's gonna go see Joanne.
Yeah, I'm going to Eltaheim. Eltaheim.
You gonna see who? Remind me.
Pretty much our big sister.
She's not in Grimgleer.
She's not in Grimgleer. She moved up to the Blooming Grove.
That's right. I forgot that part.
To follow the Wild Mother.
I forgot that part. Never mind then. Yeah, Akira's just gonna hang out amongst the city.
You want to go see Eltaheim with me and Eric?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Definitely.
Is anybody else going with them?
We'd love a smiling face for it. And that's that deep cut reference.
Deep cut.
Blackbird and Brandor, as Sir's not appearing in this film, are going to hang around Fisher's for a little while, as their players have very kindly asked that they be left in a nice, comfortable spot.
To chill out.
Yeah. A place where they can chill for now.
I'll say that with Alec, where his head's at, Knock, where his head's at, is like, he's still pretty much convinced that he's not away scot-free. He knows that he kind of got, picked out a little bit in when we were in Humpertook and everything like that. So he's kind of still on guard pretty much at all times. He's kept an eye over his shoulder pretty much the entire time, and he hasn't had to feel that way in a while. So he's not very. So that's kind of why he's been practicing more with the kunai. It gives him something to focus on, but also he's not defenseless while he's doing it. So with that, he will tag along with everybody wherever everybody's going, because he doesn't want to just because he knows that they're gonna go for him, and I'd rather take the fight away from Fishers and away from their shop and have it with the party versus anywhere else. I'm fully expecting someone to bust in the door and say, "You coming with me, motherfucker?"
Indeed.
And I will die defending you from the person who said that.
Slayer, what are you wanting to do? Your party's talking about going off and chatting with some random person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go with them, or do you have other things that you want to do?
I mean, I was debating on chilling with Fisher and maybe watching him craft.
Okay, that'd be totally cool.
Before you finish that sentence, I totally thought you were gonna say watch a movie. I was like, how's that gonna work? But okay. Like, think about chilling, just watching a movie.
Come on, I'm just gonna chill with Fisher, watch a movie.
We need a Sending Stone radio series in this.
Dude.
Not gonna lie,
But it
could be a
has to
much
be-
better like dude bro accent. I've been contemplating changing that to Slayer's accent, but
We'll see.
But it has to be the transatlantean accent, like the what is it, the like the you know what I'm talking about, right? The all right, today folks, we're here and we're like watching the Zeppelins race, and it's like that kind of stuff,
No. I think I'll tag him on with the party just in case.
Okay. Well then.
Gotta keep my eye on my pups.
Indeed. So, excuse me. So, with you notice that Abkis is actually like starting to talk to Toolbox, and is like assuming that he's listening, and is just like. It's like talking about, oh, you wouldn't believe all the blah blah blah, and like he's just absent-mindedly talking to the robot, as they help guide the cart in and get everything set for y'all, but with the group of you,
This is my favorite.
big group of you,
I choose you.
Soldier Boy Talk.
Older boy talk. Oh. With you all heading to Priory. You find weaving back into the city, back into the mountainside just a little bit, hitting that hard left down towards the Priory doors. As y'all approach, real quick for Akira and Eredrin, if y'all would be so kind as to just throw perception checks for me.
This is why we should never dump wisdom, but okay.
Who all did we call for perception again? I'm sorry.
Oh, Akira and Eredrin specifically. It's it's things that they might notice.
Probably
right,
not,
so
considering your rolls.
it's Akira's 12, and what was Eredrin?
And look, my
13.
rolls show up in
Yeah,
yeah, they show up there now.
liking it.
You got beyond 20 to work.
Here it is. Yay.
It's your what's the other one though?
13.
13. Okay. As y'all approach, things do look in fact normal, and getting up to the door, giving it a quick knock, it is opened up to you, and you are able to
I am a
make
quick knock.
Elded. You are led in, and kind of the same question of priory business or the other business.
We're looking for Eltahine and Eric.
Oh, okay. Welcome back, by the way. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
And
Good to see you as well.
and
I want to walk in
as-
first and have my echo at the back, just for shits and gigs, because goblin energy, you have to do it with the echo.
as one does from time to time. As you do your brand new thing. Oh no, there's more song references. So head into this very nice hall. Short compared to her name is Slayer. Short compared to Slayer, you're feeling a little bit claustrophobic. It's not like scratching your head, but for a dwarven city like Grimgalir, a 9-foot ceiling is quite tall. For you, it's a little claustrophobic. That
tracks. A little tight.
A little
Can't
tight.
wait to go to Goliath City, huh?
But yeah, this was definitely not crafted by Goliaths.
It's like if we ever get to such a place.
You never know, anything's possible.
Yeah, I'm not
We
even
went
6
from a
foot tall in this
dwarvish
game,
town
so
to a
like,
gnomish town.
I don't even come from a
Or in real
Goliath
life.
city. I come from an orc city.
Those are pretty. They're pretty tall too.
Yeah, well,
but,
yeah.
heading down this hard left down this hallway as well, kind of going around nice sconces, some large wall panels that look like they're lit by sunlight, but they're on the inside side of the mountain, so like obviously it couldn't be, but there's an enchantment, a radiance to them, bringing you around and down some more stairs. Let's bring us back to the clasp side of the prayer. Heading down into this chamber below. There is, like, hearing the footsteps coming forward. You hear a very quick set of steps start walking around and coming forward, and meeting you at the bottom of the stairs down here. Eltahine and Sofitono are there. They look like they're ready for weapons, but they don't have any in their hands yet. And then seeing who it is coming in, both of them relax and just like there's that very, very grateful look on both of their faces, and Eltahine steps forward. It is good to see you both. All of you, hello. And like that moment of like I know you, I don't know you. And just he doesn't ask your name as opposed to Fisher. But just kind of goes and very, very warmly shakes Akira's hand, very warmly shakes Eredrin's hand, and he made it back. He's off doing a little bit of work right now, just to make sure things are in order. did get him home, and I appreciate that a lot.
It's good to hear. Our problem with unfortunate cousins, I guess you could say, is there's quite a few more than we originally suspected.
I heard y'all got jumped by a fairly strong hit squad. That's what Eric called it.
They're looking for psionics, specifically. I think they're looking for ones with birthmarks similar to Eric.
He stops for a second, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not totally pulling this out of my ass, because I'm pretty sure I remember. There you are.
All that.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh.
No. I'm not? Okay, I thought I did. Well then, in that case, I just need to pull it from here instead. Yes. There's information everywhere. You just have to be willing to find it, Howard. Yes. There it is. Eltane. Yes, I was right. So, Eltane kind of pulls back their collar a little bit, and shows. You can see where like they are actually like properly make-upped and like really smooth faced. And then they pull it down right below where some of the makeup ends. You see kind of the tail end of the very similar mark. Mean the one that gives, and he opens his hand, and you see that same green flame of blade just ignite off of his hand.
I have to learn that at some point. I have to.
You've suspected for a while that we're connected. And then he looks and sees the echo of you, and you seem to have some gifts of your own.
I try. I will say, the reason I know they were looking for the birthmark, well, it may have been because I look just like Eric as well, but we made myself to look like him to help him escape, and we put the birthmark on my neck, and that definitely centered their aggression towards me.
They're looking for psionic gifts, perhaps in general, and he looks back towards Sofitono. She steps forward, and we have a gift as well. Tono protects me from certain psionic things, but that's troubling if they're reaping psionic energy.
They said they wanted their power back.
So it's probably a gift thing. And Eldhain kind of nods, and then you might be safe.
I don't know. Akira, they also, when they saw Akira's gifts, they attacked them as well.
He immediately kind of looks over at Akira, like, the moving part's still there? Like, that is...
I survive.
That is definitely upsetting then. Yeah. Sophie, see if you and Calypso can go, and we might need to shut down the public face for now and just see if we need to protect. Make sure to take Scion off of our sign out front.
Or we can mount a front against them.
And you say that as Sophie begins to run up and start to exit, and Eltahain kind of gives a bit of a smile, a bit of a shrug, and the problem is as soon as they know where you are, as soon as they actually figure out if they were assassins that are as dangerous as what Eric showed me, he showed them disappearing into the ether. If they are confident with their ability to if they have the assurance that they can get the drop on us, walls do not matter. They will attack us at our weakest point, wherever it is.
So we're just going to sit and be hunted for the rest of our lives?
No. We are going to hide ourselves for now. Try and take down what glyphs that we have. You know, our language, our hand has been that of gith symbolism. We use some of that to confuddle where we are.
We've let them terrorize our people for long enough, Elton. You know as well as I do, we've said that the reason most of us are here in this damned material plane is because of them, and we're just going to sit here and continue to let them terrorize us.
Remember, came from the mountains to the south. Down below Grimglir, a little bit above Rockguard, came out of those mountains. There's probably still the crack in the plain there, or that was where they had us kept. He escaped, but there's probably still their encampment. If there's anything you can guarantee with these types, is that they don't exactly move unless they need to, and bunch of fuck off kids like we were. Probably
Why
didn't
can't
think
we-
they needed to move.
We're not a bunch of kids anymore. Why can't we make them move? Why can't we destroy the rift? Why can't we get rid of them?
That's what I'm saying. He looks towards the rest of you. If you want this off of not only our backs but yours, all of yours, assuming you are all Eric shared with me what he saw in the battle, his memory of it. All of you have been seen. All of you have shown aggression towards them, and they likely won't forget that. I think the only way to make them forget is to perhaps take the fight to them.
Well, I'm all for that sort of plan.
I would say, honestly, if you started searching around where we escaped, warning to the rest of you who did not endure that, was down in the dark underneath the Dunrock Mountains, where even most surface dwellers feared to tread because of the honest weird shit that lives down there.
I mean, I've seen a lot of
Wise.
weird shit. Saw a purple worm thing just come right up through the chest of my friend Timothy. It's horrifying.
Is that what's on your head? I was wondering. I thought that was a fashion. That's a real. All right, that's pretty impressive.
It
Wait,
Um,
so are we hearing that?
There.
Did Jimothy get aliened? Like,
it's we out of above table. Yes. Which is why which is why it's deep purple chest burster is what
Yep.
it's called.
Oh my gosh.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And all I can picture though is the scene from Spaceballs. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby.
Yep.
Hello, my ragtime
Oh my
gal.
background gal.
That's what Slayer does with his hat sometimes.
I just watched Spaceballs the other day.
Nice, love it.
I haven't seen that in so long.
It's a good movie.
Use the Schwartz.
But yes, if you perhaps, if you think you can brave the Underdark, if you can find your way back to that place, and if they're still there, you may be able to catch them when they are doing a transition. We found those that we found.
Be right back, guys. I'm sorry.
No worries. Found those that we found wandering south of Grimgalir, much in the same way that we were when we first came out. They're still in operation.
So then the question is, do we allow when we do find it, do we allow the rift to stay open, or do we attempt to shut it?
Well, I'm assuming it's just a thin point in the plains that's a good target for those that can move between the plains. It wasn't open in a way of just going back and forth. It was a place that could be accessed. I still don't fully know how to do all of that. But they may have a way. They may have someone there that you could lean on, flip something. May be able to take the fight all the way to their camp in the Astral. You might be able to find a way home. If you can clear that way, not that I haven't loved the acceptance that we've found here on this plane, I would give it all up to go home.
I'll see what we can do.
But I guess that's kind of up to you when that can happen. Do whatever you need to prepare. It's not a light errand.
I definitely will make sure we're well equipped to handle them.
I'll worry about protecting the Priory, the Clasp, all of our people.
Thank you, Tom.
Might need to move Fisher. If those people are still wandering about, then it might actually end up wandering here. I guess maybe don't take too long to prepare. I can't imagine. Don't know when.
I'd assume if they haven't attacked here in, 2 months, that we should have a bit of time before they...
Only about a month.
Ah, only about a month? Okay, cool. But I'll definitely, if nothing else, I will check it out for you.
Yeah, if they're looking for Eric, if they're looking for those of us with abilities. Now they're looking for you and you. Just be careful. Please.
The only thing I have to worry about is how badly I'll have to injure them to get what I need.
Always ready for the fight, I see. All right. You need, do whatever it is you require. Oh, we'll take care of things on our end. Has the sending stone? Are you still need that?
We might need it for the Underdark.
You could hold on to it, I suppose. Just to make sure that want to make sure that I know who I'm calling if I call for you or you call for me.
Of course. If you call on the stone, it'll be to me.
All right.
Unless I die.
Please don't do that. Eric, I got to feel the fear Eric had when he saw you fall. Loves you a lot.
And I have
Well, he might not say it out loud or aloud all that often, but
I'll make sure there's still two halves to our brotherhood.
that's two, and he looks towards your echo. That is so curious, and he starts walking up on it and like looking it over. How do you do this?
It's almost like time, I guess you could say. It's if I chose different actions, what I would do.
Wow. I've heard of things like that manifesting on the battlefields. The War of Ash and Light. And Empire was fighting Xhorhas.
I couldn't quite
Had
bring my friend up, but it almost felt as if I could see what was going to happen when we escaped.
you might find some people out in Xhorhas that know more about that ability. The word has come back of people, armies suddenly multiplying in battle prowess, number. It's debatable on who actually won the war, but at least I think the powers that be have ceased their hostilities for now. So,
That's all I got.
well, yes, so I suppose just go ahead and, do what you do. The double checking something real quick. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go, it's in the Marrow Valley. There it is. I know for now, the Ashgard garrison down to the south, on the other side of Blade Garden, is still occupied by the Kryn. They haven't seceded it, or they haven't ceded it back to the Empire yet. If you're wanting to look into more of your abilities, more of those gifts, might be able to find out more from down there. If you display your abilities, they may accept you as one of theirs. No, we don't exactly look like the average citizen of the Empire.
Fair point.
Neither do most of your traveling companions.
We're quite the bunch.
Anyways, travel safe, be well. Please take care.
And in Gith, I'm just gonna say like a general like thank you and like shake his hand and.
All right,
Well.
I'm terribly sorry. I have returned
Welcome back.
I had a important phone call from my little brother who is currently at an inpatient center. So,
Hey, as long as things are okay.
Yeah.
That's the hope. All right. Fantastic. So, as we cut from down under.
yeah, what happened? What I miss?
Nothing terribly stressful, other than just establishing the need to depending on what y'all want to do, may depend on if y'all need to hurry or not. Need to speed along your way, or whether trouble will come find you, or we're not. Nobody's sure right now. Quest being head off in a. I'll go ahead and just drop a. I'll drop a copy of the soup symbol. Over here. Over in this area. Where where it was alleged that the Gith up to and including Eredrin had come up from down under, and that was where they escaped their servitude and or preparation for whatever they were being prepared for, and escaped onto the surface of the material plane, and found their way to Grimgalair. Those many years ago. Also, finding an Akira somewhere in those tunnels on their way up. But Eltahine has asked to perhaps have you return to that place, or return for Eredrin. The rest of you being encouraged to go for the first time out of Egg, and perhaps see if the operation is still active down there. It obviously was, as of those that they rescued from before that were then summarily unrescued, and so it's probably still there. There is that to head towards. Before that, though, Eltahine admonished perhaps getting ready, perhaps doing some preparations, because there are some pretty horrible things down in the Underdark. So with that, the question is then posed to the group. To the whole group, what you want to do? It's the evening. There is a night to be had and more time to be had. Not even just with tonight, but y'all can have downtime. Is what I'm trying to tell you above table, and you can spend an amount of it together. Doing things together. You can spend an amount of it separately, doing things separately. I kind of want to leave that up to you. What?
Well, a little bit above table was mentioned we should be maybe a little better equipped to go into the Underdark.
Yeah.
So maybe I go chill with Fisher, watch him craft until it's done.
I also need to craft at Fisher's. I have some things I have to build.
Yeah. So crafting montage.
We got crafting montage for Eredrin and Slayer.
Anyway,
Akira, do it with a montage.
Akira's going to visit their sensei.
Okay. That person, I have their name. It's right over here. Where?
Okay, I took directly from Mortal Kombat for that one, so it's completely fine.
There we go.
Iraq.
Iraq. There
I
it
don't
is.
really have much anything that I have planned for Grimgleer. I mean, right now I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Kind of the same. We didn't even really know we were going to end up in Grimgleer. We just knew that we had to leave Hupperduke.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point.
Don't have big plans here.
Your big plans were anywhere but fucking here.
Yeah. Had to get out. Yeah.
So,
Um,
okay. While there is downtime being taken to craft, which may be a few days at very least. Is there anything that Nock and Luca, or Nock or Luca, would want to be doing with that time?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know, honestly. That's the thing. Like,
Do Callum and Tiberius strike again?
Yeah.
we could.
Potential.
Anything is possible.
I
do you
mean,
hate to do this?
I do.
my
I
brain
do
is running
to-
blank because, like, I'm not sure what to do.
I do hate to do
I do
this,
need to
but
speak with Eltahane.
I do have to run in a.
But I know that
yeah.
Eltahane is a contact
have
for
to
the
run
Golden Gridden, so
What were you saying, Ro?
Okay. Was that Ro? I'm sorry.
I do have to run in just a couple of minutes. Can I go ahead and roll those crafting rolls for you?
Yeah. So, to keep it easy, remind me, what's your modifier for the crafting rolls?
+6.
6. All right. For Fisher to do what he's doing with that armor, it's going to be a few days. So let's go ahead and just have you throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Throw 12 d20s.
Cool. And is this just for the bow or?
Yeah, this is for the bow.
Okay, cool. 12. Can I just do 6 advantages? Wait, no, it'll only show the high one. Never mind. Let me roll.
No,
12.
I'll say yeah. Well, if you take it into roll 20, you could just do /r space 12d20.
I could. Let me do that instead.
It'd be a lot easier on your system. Do it.
It will. So, do you want to continue to count that first one, or just
We'll
do the whole
keep the
12?
first one. So just do 11 more.
Darn.
Yeah. I didn't even see it before I said yes. So
+6.
I have to worry about the +6. Here we go. All right. So that does make it. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Over the next 4 days, you are able to, it's a little rough going at the start. You've been more into metalwork than woodwork, even though you're okay at woodwork. You're silversmith, and who affected the name of Fisher's shop. You're that into silver. You keep working and kind of layering the wood, adhering the wood together with the reinforcement of the silver in between, and getting that the opposite curve on the outer branch of this. You work it, and working this bow, those of you who may notice over the several days, this bow starts to take shape. I think you shared the picture of it before.
Yeah,
but it starts to take shape with the regular kind of bow curve going back, and then another one kind of staying a little more mid, and then one almost curving forward as part of it. And when you go, if anybody tries to pull on the bowstring, it is extremely tight. To the point of it being difficult to pull. Just a very heavy draw as you pull it, and the way that the string connects between each of these branches of the bow, it's difficult enough to pull that when it pulls back, there's a lot more strength rather than dexterity to really be able to properly aim and fire it. You and I will work out the exact details of the crafting of that bow. But go ahead and mark your longbow accomplished.
Hell yeah! Finally.
It is a strength-based longbow.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I don't know if Luca and Nock determined anything to do during their downtime, but I think while I am also trying to watch what Fisher is doing to potentially learn, replicate, maybe, probably just go ahead and actually dip into the deep purple a bit.
Okay. So drinking and drinking and learning.
Enjoy.
Drinking and learning as one does.
Drinking and learning.
So for
I think
for
we're just
that,
keeping a low profile, right? At this point.
that
Hang out and get to know some of my friends better.
Justice.
Do it without the hole.
Justice, so that you the player have a little bit of investment in what's going on with Fisher. If you would be so kind, I need to pull back up Fisher. No, come back, Fisher, come back.
Fisher, come back.
You can blame
Come on me. Did it.
I was gonna do it good, but then we were all doing it poorly, so
That was the idea. If we're gonna do it bad as a team.
If you're gonna fail spectacularly. That way it's almost funny, and then they think maybe you intended it to be funny.
Exactly. So, for Fisher's leatherworking smithing kind of deal here, we're going to work it off of strength and his expertise. So if you would be so kind as to roll me 12 d20, and each of them will have a +10.
12 d20.
Yeah, well, for Justice, yes, Justice is throwing down for the crafting.
I just wanted to make sure I heard the correct number.
Yeah, this is over a long time.
Multitude of days.
Yeah.
Huzzah! All right, so 1, 2, 3.
Nobody even asked. Luca could just be casting enhance ability this whole time.
He's got a thing you have. I didn't realize.
I'm muted.
Yeah.
That's a few ones there. But I was actually saying, if anyone cares to join me, I am, I'm drinking and so.
You know what?
Indeed.
Luca's got a pretty good strength modifier. He's got a +3. Have him hanging out and drinking with Dumarin and Nock. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be helpful.
Watching Fisher craft. Yeah.
It might be helpful.
I mean, I'll hang out too.
You're watching.
Besides, when we're on the road, if Eredrin or Akira need help doing this stuff, we might actually be more useful.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I don't see any downside to just being helpful.
And
Yeah.
funny enough, between his own ability to hit enhance ability and your ability to hit enhance ability, you can actually do most of the day. So, with that, Justice, go ahead and we're just gonna go one for one. Roll another 12 d20, we're just gonna match first roll, second roll, first roll, second roll, etc. And we'll see exactly how many more successes we have. All right, so that keeps
20 in there.
that's a good one. So that's still 1 success, 2 success, 3 success.
I got rid of all but one nat. Or no, I got rid of all nat ones. Yeah.
Yes.
6 success. 3 success. 6. 7, 8 for the crit. 9. Okay, that got us up to 10. So, with that, over the several days, you have you watch him. Basically, he tans this hide, and at first it's a bit of just like it's still somewhat inflexible, but as he's drying it out and making sure to kind of tenderize it as a leather, not just as hard plates, is able to soften it and oil it enough that it bends without shattering. Because like Dumorin, you saw how this naturally, if struck hard enough, will just shatter. That'll happen. And so being able to work it in a way where it's not gonna just snap, and kind of slowly but surely work with it. He gets it bending and starts kind of matching it, matching parts to your shoulders and your arms, and working it out pretty well. Let's see here. For you, I think there's an item already existing. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I'm pretty sure it exists. Okay. Remind me your dexterity score real quick.
14. So it's +2.
Your con?
Is an 18, so +4.
Okay, 4. Okay.
AC is 16.
So, there we go.
Bye guys, gotta run.
All right.
Good. I'll save. So, as he works this out for you, that is good enough for him to do this one. He gets it worked in such a way that he kind of like layer on layers things over, tailoring it very much to your size and your heft. And notice the way that he gets it all put together. You can put into your inventory. We're gonna use the serpent scale armor as a template.
Okay.
And what that is it listed as magic. This is less magic and more just well crafted.
Right.
But while wearing it, you can apply your full dexterity modifier instead of a minimum of +2 when determining your armor class of this scale mail, which is 14. So this doesn't up your AC currently. It does. It is a suit of armor that you are very comfortable in wearing, and it does not impose disadvantage, as it is not. It's not exactly made of. It's not exactly made of plates. It's made of kind of softer and well-oiled skin plates that don't clank when they move together.
Word.
So
I dig it.
of a solid gray. It looks like mithril because it's bullet plate.
Right.
You've got the big shoulder pad pauldrons that kind of go down a bit, slope down away from you, so that you can raise your arms up when you need to, and it gives you some very sleek, armored looking lines. He's something to work with.
Yeah. Word.
Maybe to share with somebody if you need to. And yeah, you can tell there are parts of it that you could like, you can see how like parts of it could be like taken off and used to like make it work for a smaller creature than you.
Right.
Another medium-sized creature, but.
Of course. Okay, cool. I'll take it.
Work that one out.
Any luck on a shield?
On a shield. Yeah, I mean, he's got plenty of room to work there. With a shield. Armor. There we go.
Shield would increase my AC.
Shield would increase your AC. Yes, indeed. He is able to, as part of that.
Would a shield help your AC? Because with barbarian,
barbarians, right? Barbarians can still use shields.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew you can. I thought it would affect you because I know they don't wear armor like on purpose, kind of like how monks don't wear armor, that kind of stuff. You know.
It's good
Indeed.
if you plan to max out in barbarian, because then your capstone is you get a +4 to your strength and con. And you can increase your maximum for those abilities by 4 as well. So you get a max of 24. And since their AC is based on con and dex, you can have a 24 con, which is like I think +8 modifier.
7 plus 7, but yeah.
+7 modifier, and then plus whatever dexterity modifier you have. Your AC is effectively over 20.
Amaze balls.
Yeah. With no armor.
So to determine exactly how good of a shield it is, instead of a crafting roll, we're just gonna let fate decide. Decide whether you're gonna roll higher or lower than me on a D100.
Oh boy,
you had the chance to change your feet. Would you?
Say there's no downside. There's only upside and upper side.
Right.
So.
Okay. I'm gonna say lower.
All right. Well, lower. There it is.
So good at this game.
All right. Sometimes it's true. So he is able to work out a +1 shield with the bullet hide.
Sick.
Yeah.
Totally worth. But no, the goal is to get some sort of amount of strength that I can convince Jeremy to just one-hand two-handers. That's
one of these days, man. One of these days.
If you're focusing on a feat of strength, what you need is great strength of feet. That's a deep cut.
It won't work every time, but this time Robin Hood Men in Tights earned you an inspiration.
Those were just on IFC. They ran a marathon of Mel Brooks movies. I just watched all of them.
You did?
Yeah, that's why when you said that, I was like, he's right there with me.
Every time somebody says feat of strength, all I think is we need great strength of feet, and they kick it off and like. I already have an inspiration. Do I get 2 or do I only get 1?
Pass it on to me.
I mean, I can pass it off to somebody, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, then who needs it more? Like, Justice bought like 3. I think he's good.
I bought 2, and I used 1 immediately, and that's for everybody to use, to be fair. Anybody can use that.
I mean, to be fair,
we still have 2 of those points left.
Does anyone else not have inspiration? Like, so I guess you have. So yeah, if you don't have one, go ahead and take it. Get that back. So yeah, I'll give that to Justice.
Keep it in the pocket. Keep it in the pocket. All right. Well, then, with those days, just kind of double checking with, so Akira going to see Iraq.
Yes.
when you go in, you actually there in the evening, you find them, Cyrex. See, Cyrex is in there with a group of students, doing a little, little barks here and there in Goliath, just for basically strike, strike, kick, strike, and this little herd of six youths, all kind of moving with it, learning, and when seeing you, they turn towards you and just smile slightly, and then call out, quick. And they kind of go into just an attention formation, and once all of them are at attention, they call out, release, and they all kind of at ease and start chatting with each other, and they walk over to you and nod, and in your head say, "It's always good to see you."
It's a pleasure to return, Sensei. And Akira bows, and to
y'all very much are bowing to each other and speaking silently.
Yeah. It is. I have learned many things, Soe. I am anxious to show you.
Really? And they kind of turn and just kind of, and like mid conversations, they all look up and whisper, "Clear the floor, Goliath," and in Giant, and all of them just like clear the center mat, and start walking into it. And what manner of things have you learned?
Akira is going to just kind of sly smile, not say a lot, and Naruto run directly at him, and right when I get right up close to his face, bang my wrists together to bring the astral arms out.
And as go ahead, we're just gonna throw a quick initiative real fast. Ooh, they roll real low.
Let's see. Ooh, also I roll low though.
Oh, their dexterity is just a little more than yours. So, as you run at them, they too, very very quickly just, and their arms turn into those of an actual like giant, and just like yours do, just manifesting the larger spiritual form of them, and then just kind of go into this defensive stance. Go ahead and throw at disadvantage because they are dodging. Go ahead and throw some strikes. They're not going to attack you, so just we'll just have you throw 7. That's a good number.
Okay, and some of these 7 are gonna have that's a 19. Oh, that's a crit.
Nice. At disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that's 19.
Between
Between that, that's a 19. That'll still hit.
All right, so that. That's a complete and total whiff.
That's the opposite. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can right click and toggle advantage with that, by the way.
Oh crap. Well, I think I'm almost done here, cause I'm on a Mac, so I'm almost done here.
Click and hold. Okay, that's a second hit.
And miss.
Someone's gonna miss.
Miss.
That'll be miss. Okay, so
And also,
so,
some of them will have the psionic strike energy behind them. So a couple of them will have
yeah.
that lavender extra. So the ones that hit have that lavender, glow to the hit.
So running in and just as he keeps kind of dropping low, kind of moving with you, block, you hit one of the blocks so hard that like there's a moment where you smash and that extra lavender energy strikes, and they look extremely surprised as it like hits, and you see it bruise almost immediately with how hard it hits, and they just kind of keep going, and you hit them again, and like dead center chest, and then just kind of as you're getting very well into it, 19 hits you, right?
Yes.
All right. So with a single strike, make a Constitution save.
Oh God. Here comes all the air out of my chest. Yeah, that's a hard. There you go.
Yeah. So
all the air out of my chest.
so as you strike them a second time really hard, just like a high chest, almost collarbone hit, and that also starts to bruise almost immediately. They just very quickly, the giant arms just come down and just hit you in your sides and knock air out of you, and just have that moment of just like
yeah.
they step back and just like hold their hands up, just, it is very good. You,
with all four arms, I bow and say, "Thank you, Sensei."
They as well, hands together and other hands kind of above their head, bow, and they release their giant arms. And that is, you have been attuning more to your nature.
Indeed, it's I feel it's kind of time to know, discover more about who I am.
You are a unique creature. Or truer natures can be. May take you in a direction that you may not have been ready for before. I do think you now may be ready to see more of who you are, more of the truth.
Wherever that goes. But I'm more than just a scout and glass worker, that's for sure.
You are most certainly not simple. Anyone who accuses you of that is selling something, I think.
It's a scary world out there. There's undead and shape-shifting people and other dragon types like myself, and there's even a Goliath like you that I met. Well, he's kind of a good friend. I think he thinks I'm a friend. I don't know.
Really? You know where he's from?
He said he lived with orcs.
With orcs? Interesting.
I think I have mentioned the city specific.
Yeah,
You may have.
whether Akira was actually paying attention is the question.
Fair enough.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Akira is very wise, not so much on the book smart side of things. So
Okay.
they probably did not, and until they visit your city, they probably would not take it to memory at this moment.
That's fair.
But yeah, Akira just kind of tells Cyrac, gives Cyrac like the Reader's Digest version of everything, including the missing knowledge from the Feywild, the date with the dwarf girl's father trying to kill our friend, just the whole adventure. They've kind of been waiting to unload on someone who has not been there for a while. So this is it.
And Cyrac takes a moment and then sits in front of you, invites you here. Sit with me.
Well, Akira assumes the lotus position.
And have you honed yourself to be able to look into the thoughts of others yet?
No, I thought that would be a little much.
I have. This is a gift that I do not use for purposes untoward. I would like to see if perhaps can help in your mind.
There are people after us this ability could be helpful, but that's a lot.
Well, don't think that you would master it right away. But I may be able to use it to untangle some of the knots in your mind. If you would invite me, I would not presume to do so without your permission.
Of course, Sensei. I trust you implicitly.
And they take a moment before kind of completely shutting themselves into this projection to look up and just say, "We are dismissed for today. Thank you. Rest well tonight. We will get back to it tomorrow." And the other students begin to like high five and congratulate each other. You know how students are when they're learning martial arts. And he brings his hands together directly in front of yours and touches his hands to yours and says, "Let us begin." And he the hands, almost like your focus starts to be pulled towards them, and with the detecting of thoughts, he and you start pulling into your mindscape. And first things first, trying to undo this, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw first.
Okay.
Can he choose to fail?
Well, it's not versus that. It's for something else.
Not so great there.
Oh. Well. So it goes. Okay, so the first one. As you are as it starts to delve in, you are taken back to the memory of going towards the fairy circle, the fear of losing Brandor. And while the memory is going, you have it kind of hits that wall of where basically it's that wall of memory of walking into the circle and suddenly walking out of it. And Cyrek sees it and takes a second to no. It's in between that, and kind of like pulls back to again that moment right before y'all walk into the circle, and is going to try again to try and pierce that veil with you,
Jeez Louise.
And they, you can tell that they are channeling some of their ki into this to try and help you. You as well can try and use some of your ki. How you only have how many points do you have?
3.
Okay.
I have 6 in my psionic wellspring.
Okay. So I guess you might be able to try using some of your psionic energy if you want to try and help.
All right, so then I'll roll a d20. So I'll just roll a d6 to have it add on to what's here.
Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and use a psionic die to roll a d6.
So that'll be 13 after adding.
That'll be a 13. Okay.
Yes.
So going back and you kind of hit the wall again, but as you do, you start to push with your mind. And use this sharpness that you're developing to kind of like peer through and start to peel it back a little bit. You start to see some of those first few moments that beautiful glade, the vibrance of it, the beginning of the search. Following was a Blackbird whose charisma was strong enough to kind of weave with the Fae.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a third save, if you will.
Come on, big money.
No whammies.
Go ahead and throw down one of your psionic dice too.
20 total.
20 total. So with that, you as it starts to peel away and you start re-experiencing all of this in a moment. It's reconnecting these memories for you. You run through it. You see.
Is it a rechain of memories?
Indeed, you see all these things. You speaking out loud with these people for the first time. You daring to delve below the water into this very curious place down below. The Nidalak. You remember the Nidalak?
Yeah.
Nidalak.
I mean, the Nidalak 100% did not have someone ride on their back. That did not happen.
Yes, 100%. Did not carry Brandor on their back. That would be weird.
Didn't happen.
That never happened.
You remember helping forge the metal chains, the silver chains, with Eredrin, and you get all the way to the point of departure. That exchange, watching Eredrin deal with the little snake, watching Luca exchange his loot, to help get everyone out. Remember it all.
Kira is just going to, because that's also the I talked with the grass.
Yeah, you talked with the grass.
Oh man, yeah, that. Whew. Akira had a Feywild trip and a half, but it's also Luca. First time Akira went down, that's also the first time Luca brought Akira back up.
Mm-hmm.
That all happened in there too. So yeah, Akira is there are tears welling up because the experience, the complete feeling is back of feeling like that thing that was missing is back. And also just the emotions that were a part of that, the Brandor stuff, the I laid on grass and it kind of gave me a hug. That's like amazing stuff. So yeah, Akira's just happy to have all of that back. The beauty of the Feywild, to have that memory back means a lot. So when they come out and kind of like take it all in, they definitely hug their sensei. Knowing he's not a hugger.
He sits very stoically, like just kind of hands together. You flop over. He's big and Goliath. He doesn't move. It's hugging a big heavy rock.
Yeah, and
that's why you speak giant.
Yep, that's why I speak giant. I am going to, say in giant, thank you, and I love you, Sensei. Like, thank you, I love you so much. This means a lot to me. And as I come out of the hug, I'm going to give like a forehead kiss to him and say, okay, I gotta go now, bye.
and he does give you that I only showed you the gate. You had to unlock it.
All right, Morpheus.
I will be back before we leave. And I bow. I do stop and bow because I respect the temple at all times. Like despite my bye, it's like, ooh, stop. Bow.
You start to walk off the mat, stop, turn very quickly, just like heels together, bow, and then immediately start running off again.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can tell just there's a joy in his seeing you so just bubbly and exuberant, especially as you walk away. He doesn't smile often, but just as you turn around and bow and then are about to turn away, you see him there's an actual toothy smile to him.
I can hear the stone cracking. That's what made me look.
Right.
I can hear the stone of his face cracking.
And with that, we can go ahead and cut just a little early today because we want to make sure, because Teddy's got Teddy things, and that will give the rest of you time to plan. Y'all are basically having this 4 days of downtime. There's crafting rolls have been had for knock. If there's anything, you're gonna have time to do things. There are ideas of buying items, carousing, looking for rumors, playing music for Luca, all the stuff that can be done.
Quick question that can totally be asked on air because it's a crafting question. Is there? I know there was mention of mithril. Was all the mithril used, or would there perchance be some for like a weapon that would be like a big weapon but still be one-handable?
Right now, no. There's not. There wasn't that much. Might be able to find some eventually, but
we're going underground eventually. So.
Indeed. But yes, we can work on some of that the next time. I'm not hearing Tim, but I see his.
Can you not hear me?
There we go. I hear you now.
I can
Yeah,
hear
I've
him.
heard Tim a few times.
Okay,
just
I have
been-
not,
well,
so it's my fault.
My
Here we go.
whole like computer did a crashy thing. Like
Aha!
yeah,
now
my
I
whole
can-
I saw you
my whole
freeze for a second and go
computer
away.
yeah, my whole computer like crashed, like my browser crashed and everything for a minute.
Probably
Alright.
It was
why your
awesome.
video is not working.
I'm not sure why the video isn't working, but no matter what I do, I'm just these two squares dancing, and I mean, you could just imagine that that's me.
And you are just two squares dancing. It's
Well,
fine.
to be fair, everywhere I look, I see you anyway. So
I always feel like somebody's
When I think
watching
about
me.
you.
Whoa! So with that, we'll close off and say, as always, we appreciate all of you being here. We appreciate you both the financial support that comes, as well as just the being here for our fun. We like having fun. So we will see what the next the 4 days hold for the rest of Akira's little adventure, for Nock, for Luca, and we will eventually get into the next stage of our adventure. But until that time, please remember that kindness is free, and as always, please keep going.
Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications.